Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2018 Academic Honor Society Induction Ceremony. It is with great pleasure that tonight begins many of the numerous celebrations that will be happening between now and the end of the school year for many of our students, and tonight is really the kickoff to that event. I want to give some history, if I may, to how we evolved into having these honor societies. Back in the mid-2000s, the History Department had an opportunity to create an honor society through the Massachusetts Council for the Social Studies. And from that point, an honor society for an academic arena was born. And from there, slowly but surely, each academic area moved forward to bring on their own respective national honor societies. And now we have honor societies that transcend all of our content areas, and most of them you'll hear about tonight. So it is with great pleasure tonight that we'll be inducting 90 students tonight into their respective honor societies, which is wonderful. And to think back to that very early first year that we had an induction ceremony for the History Honor Society, for those of you that know Middleborough well, that our induction ceremony was held at the Montgomery home on Main Street. And that we had about 12 students who were inducted as an inaugural class, and that we chose the Montgomery home because of its historical significance in the town. And now, with the fact of how many people we have here, there's no way we could fit at the Montgomery home to try to do an honor society induction like this. So we welcome you to Middleborough High School for the 2018 event. I love these events, and this night in particular, because it gives an opportunity for our content areas to really celebrate academic success, and for students who have shown excellence in their respective content areas. And I think tonight you'll see exactly a number of students who did just that. I do want to take a moment and introduce members of our platform tonight. My name is Paul Brannigan, the principal of the high school. I want to introduce to you the two assistant principals, Mrs. Danielle Jameson and Mr. Andy Dizell, our assistant principals, who will be helping this evening. Representing the Foreign Language Department, I'd like to introduce our French teacher and advisor to the honor societies in French, Russian, and Spanish, Ms. Ellen Ward. Introducing our advisors for Rho Kappa, which is the History National Honor Society, our department chair, Mr. Matthew Osgood. And the advisor extraordinaire, Dr. Susan Miller. Representing the National Science Honor Society, our department chair, Mr. Kurt Wrench. Representing our English Honor Society, we have our advisor, Ms. Crystal Soares. Actually, I need to update that, how dare I, introducing Mrs. Crystal Liberty as well. She got married 2 weeks ago. We're still getting used to that. And also another member of the English department who does some work with the Honor Society as well, Ms. Shauna Milani. And introducing the advisor for Mu Alpha Theta, which is our Math National Honor Society, Mr. John Saru. And part of the induction ceremony of the newest members of Mu Alpha Theta are the officers of that honor society for math, and I'd like to take a moment to introduce them, please, and if you could stand. The president of Mu Alpha Theta, Ms. Melissa Foley. The vice president, Mr. Evan Gavush. The treasurer, Mr. Dan Buchan. And the secretary of Mu Alpha Theta, Mr. Tim Powers. And I'd be remiss if I didn't introduce Mrs. Victoria Miles, who's the mathematics department chair, who's here tonight as well to support our newest of math inductees. So tonight, we will be inducting 90 students into the 7 of our academic honor societies. Middleborough High School holds membership affiliations with the following national societies. The Society for the, I'm just going to say the French National Honor Society, you're never going to get me to say that in French. The National High School Slavic Honor Society, the Spanish National Honor Society, the American Association of Teachers of Spanish, Rho Kappa, the Science National Honor Society, the National English Honor Society, and of course Mu Alpha Theta. The Tri-M National Music Honor Society will be inducting its members at their annual spring concert, which will be held this coming Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. here in the auditorium. To begin the induction ceremony, we will go through each of the honor societies, starting with foreign language, followed by history, then science, then English, and we will finish the induction ceremony with math. For our inductees, when you arrive onto the stage, when your name is called, I'm going to ask that all of our new inductees will enter the stage from this side of the auditorium. You will step in front to receive your certificate, or what is called the shingle, which is the actual formal way that, for many of your organizations that will hold your credentials. You will take your credentials that you are now officially a member of the Honor Society, and you will make your way to the center of the stage where you'll see the black tape mark on the floor, and Mr. Siciliano will be taking a photograph of you for each one of your academic awards. So you just want to make sure of that moment, and then we'll just keep moving the students, and you'll move yourself off the stage through that side. So if you could help me out with that, okay? And then for some of them, what we'll do is that for some of the honor societies, there's an oath or some sort of statement you need to be able to make to make it official that you are now a member. So the advisor or the department chair will ask you to stand at your seats after everyone has been inducted, or in terms of giving their credentials, and you will do that actually from the seats if that's okay with everyone from the platform. So with that being said, we're going to begin with the Foreign Language Department, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the advisors of the Honor Society for French, Russian, and Spanish. Give you a nice warm welcome to Ms. Ellen Ward.
Hola, bonjour, et здравствуйте. It is my pleasure to be here this evening as we acknowledge the honor students of Middleborough High School. The Foreign Language Department has a wonderful tradition of honoring our top students in each language. Students who have earned a 90% average or higher in Level 3 or Level 4 foreign language courses are accepted into the local charter of the Foreign Language National Honor Society. They have been invited to join the ranks of high school language scholars across the country by becoming members of their language's national charter. These students are true language scholars whose efforts to acquire a foreign language are endearing and uplifting to the Foreign Language Department teaching staff. It is our pleasure to work with them, to watch them develop understanding of foreign culture, and to challenge them to become great linguists. It is with great pride and enthusiasm that we induct our new members to Slava, the National Russian Honor Society, and to Sociedad Honoraria Hispanica, the National Spanish Honor Society. Although unusual, but due to course scheduling, we do not have any inductee to the Société Honoraire de Français, the National French Honor Society. So our inductee to Slava this year is Sofia Luciano. And the following students are being inducted into the Sociedad Honoraria Hispanica. So Jack Austin, Zachary Belanger, Madeline Canavo, Carla Carrasquillo, Paige Creeks, Julia Delamano, Thomas Devine, Vanessa Dos Anjos, Joseph Escolas, Caitlin Harrington, Mackenzie Jones, Sydney Jutras, Cameron Labrie, Athalia Lamarck, Gerard Levin, Riley Leonard, Allison Morin, Casey Quindley, Roberts, Olivia Shaw, Eliza Tripp, Olivia Vieira, and finally, Caitlin Wesson. Congratulations to you all. Gracias, merci, spasiba, and thank you.
A nice round of applause for our Foreign Language Honor Society inductees. And one thing we'd like to do at the end of this, and Sean, I'm looking at you at the end, if we can bring up the groups like we did last year, we'll bring up the whole Honor Society together to have a photograph. So when we're done, so we'll do one Honor Society at a time. So we'll bring all the foreign language students up together, have a group photo done, so that way there for families, you'll have an opportunity as well, but also know that Mrs. Siciliano's capturing all the moments as well. So congratulations to our newest members of Slava, as well as the Spanish National Honor Society, and thank you very much to Ms. Ward for your leadership in those organizations. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the woman who plans many of the events in Rho Kappa, which there are many. Give a nice warm welcome for the induction ceremony to begin for Rho Kappa, the History National Honor Society, the advisor, Dr. Susan Miller.
Well, it's a wonderful evening to be here, and it's wonderful to see the bright faces that are going to be inducted in a few minutes into the History Honor Society. Mr. Brannigan had told you that history was one of the first ones to start off with an honor society. We were, I think it was called Opus Bono, and it was a Massachusetts only honor society. And then we became part of Rho Kappa, which is the National Honor Society. We have a requirement that the students must have a 3.5 GPA, and they have leadership skills, they've had opportunities, that they've worked within the community, and that they have a sponsor of a history teacher or two, just for the application process. We are very pleased that we have 18 dedicated history students that are going to be inducted today. And with that, we, in our society, we ask our students to do 5 hours of community service in the area of social studies and 5 hours in the area of community service in history. In history, we are very proud of our students who work at the Middleborough Historical Society. We've had students working in all sorts of different organizations in the community. And more recently, what we're doing is we're trying to put together documents on different people within the community so that we can use it not only in our school, but also for the middle school and in the community itself. So we're very proud of these students. We are always excited when somebody loves history. We know who you are. You have that secret passion of watching the History Channel, and you're not afraid to say so. And we couldn't be happier with this group because we feel there's going to be a lot of exciting things that you'll be doing next year. So I would like to introduce our, he will be mad at me by saying extraordinary, but he is an extraordinary department chair, beloved, and I can't think of a better person to introduce the members than Mr. Matthew Osgood.
Thank you, Dr. Miller. My name is Matt Osgood, the History Department leader, I like to call it. I am represented by fine teachers such as Dr. Miller, and I would be remiss to not thank you for your many years of dedicated service to Rho Kappa and Opus Bono, and the great work that our history students here at MHS complete each and every year, so thank you. At this time, I'll call all 18 Rho Kappa inductees. If you would join us on the stage, please. Zachary Belanger. Morgan Briggs. Carissa Chain. Zachary Chin. Samantha Crowley. Julia Delamana. Erin Egersham. Caitlin Harrington. Shannon Hurley. Cameron Labrie. Riley Leonard. Hannah Melendi. Lily Need. Madison Roberts. Maggie Smith. Hannah Stearns. Caitlin Swanson. Dylan Tobas. All 18 Rho Kappa nominees, if you would please stand at this moment. So you have heard briefly the major characteristics of the Rho Kappa scholar. Those of you who agree that you will strive to fulfill these fundamental principles, please remain standing and recite the following oath. I state your name. There you go. To promise to serve others, to search for truth, to utilize knowledge, and to seek wisdom through the pursuit of academic excellence in the social studies. I promise to serve the Middleborough High School chapter of Rho Kappa and to the community for the true scholars of the social studies led by example. Congratulations. Mr. Brannigan would come on back up to the podium for us, that'd be great.
Congratulations to the newest members of Rho Kappa, and thank you to Dr. Miller and to Mr. Osgood. At this time, I'd like to move into the next induction, which is for the Science National Honor Society. It is with great pleasure to introduce to you the Department Chair for Science and Technology, Mr. Kurt Wrench.
The purpose of the Science National Honor Society is to encourage participation in and recognition of scientific and intellectual thought. It is to advance a student's knowledge of classical and modern science, to communicate with the scientific community, and to aid the civic community with its comprehension of science. It is to encourage students to participate in community service and in turn encourage a dedication to the pursuit of scientific knowledge that benefits all mankind. Students that have been selected for induction have demonstrated a level of excellence, particularly in their science courses, that meets the high standards of the Science National Honor Society. This year's Science National Honor Society inductees are Jack Andrade, Zach Bellinger, Katrina Bigham-Moss, Peter Calogero, Zachary Chin, Heidi Cretion, Erin Eggersheim, Melissa Foley, Caitlin Harrington, Anna Kaplinger, Anne Labrie, Lydia Massey, Sydney Montross, Timothy Powers, and Madison Roberts. Congratulations on your college.
A nice round of applause for the newest members of the National Science Honor Society. Congratulations to you. And at this time, I'd like to introduce to you the advisor for the National English Honor Society, Mrs. Crystal Liberty, please.
Good evening. It is my pleasure to be here tonight recognizing the new members of Middleborough High School's English Honor Society. Middleborough High School's English Honor Society, the Society of Letters, was founded in 2013. The goals are to recognize those students who, on the basis of academic grades and performance, merit special note for past and current accomplishments. To nurture these persons in such ways that they are encouraged to develop further their abilities in the various fields of English, and to encourage members to use their talents in service of others. To be inducted into the Society of Letters, the applicants must provide a writing sample if they choose to. A teacher recommendation is required. They must have a 3.0 in English and a 3.0 general GPA and demonstrate an interest in reading and writing and literature. Once accepted, members must attend meetings, workshops, and fundraisers. Members must also complete the required community service hours, serving both the English community and the general public. The members being inducted here tonight have shown outstanding dedication in each of these areas this year. Thank you for joining us in celebrating these students' excellence in English. We do have quite a hefty list here, and I'm very proud because all of these students were personally recommended by a teacher who said that they exemplify what it means to work to the best of their given ability inside the classroom, and who are a example to their peers of what it means to be an English scholar. So, first, Jack Andrade. Juliana Andrade. Tabitha Babin. Zach Belanger. Emily Benoit. Elizabeth Bess. Morgan Briggs. Pete Collegero. Julie Carrington. It's in there. I promise you're in, Emily. In English, sometimes we can put things in alphabetical order. It's a little thing we do. Carissa Chang. Zachary Chin. Heidi Cretion. Cassidy Cragen. Samantha Crowley. Ashley Curtin. Natalie Dargelis. I always get that wrong. Kira Davenport. Jacob DeLuca. Logan Dufilly. Julia Fitzpatrick. Emily Geddes. Eric Grady. Sophia Grasso. Michelle Green. Kate Harrington. Lauren Harrington. Declan Hastings. Chase Holyoke. Shannon Hurley, Eric Jacobson, Cameron Labrie, Allie Leary, Sydney Littlefield, Kaylee Lundquist, Abigail McCarthy, Greta Jacobson, Autumn McCracken, Kara McManus, Hannah Melendi, Casey Moore, Fabriana Murphy, Lily Nee, Ryan Perry, Allison Morin, Carly Peters, Zoe Rico, we're at the S's, people, Miranda Scales, Maggie Smith, Trinity Smith, Hannah Stearns, Caitlin Swanson, Avery Thomas, Lindsay Trask, Olivia Van Tresca, Abby Wager, Tori Wagner, and rounding us out is Sydney Woodlock. We are one very proud English department. Please give up for our new.
Congratulations to our newest members of the English National Honor Society, and thank you so much to Mrs. Liberty and to Mrs. Milani as well. And at this time, for our final Honor Society of this evening that needs to be inducted is our Math National Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta. And at this time, would Mr. John Sorrell, the advisor to Mu Alpha Theta, and the officers Melissa Foley, Evan Gavush, please step to the podium at this time.
I'm just going to start with very proud of we've got here today for the officers. I try to leave the talking to them. But this started very organically. We began as the math team, turned into the Math Honor Society, And it's really just a chance for the kids to show their love of mathematics. I got probably the strongest group of officers I've ever had. Each one of them in my BC class, and I expect they're going to be representing here in a couple days' time. I appreciate the hard work. All right. Candidates, you're being presented for initiation into Mu Alpha Theta, the National High School and Two-Year College Mathematics Honor Society. It's an honor to be selected for membership in this organization, which has over 1,800 chapters across the United States and in many foreign countries. Each of you being inducted into Mu Alpha Theta meets the requirements for membership, including work done with distinction in college preparatory mathematics. The principal purpose of Mu Alpha Theta is to stimulate a deeper interest in mathematics. Thus, it is desirable that you be given some brief instruction that may encourage you to consider the deeper meaning and historical significance of mathematics. My president and captain of the math team, Miss Melissa Fuller.
I speak of the oldest history of mathematics. The arithmetic, trigonometry, number theory, and astronomy of the Babylonians and Egyptians was far-reaching and contributed much to progress in the ancient world. From calculating the circumference of the earth to the building of the pyramids, man began to apply mathematics. It took many years for the concept of the number 0 to develop, but it made possible the algorithms for addition and multiplications, which became important tools in human progress. Greek geometry involved a new emphasis on the power of reason and served as a foundation for philosophy. Archimedes found ways to determine areas and volumes and used mathematics to engineer machines. Next came the age of exploration and enlightenment. I invite Evan Bush, our Vice President, to stand.
With the study of algebra and equations, logarithms and probability, humans found a new language so they could understand the world around them as never before. With one overpowering stroke of genius, a young man in his early 20s, Sir Isaac Newton, invented the calculus, discovered the law of gravity, 3 laws of motion, and how mathematics could predict the very orbits of the planets. With this mathematics, mankind had the tools needed to discover and explain a way to develop technology that would bring man to a new age of scientific understanding. We learned from likes of Descartes, Fermat, Leibniz, Riemann, and Fourier. Theory from Galois, Cauchy, Maxwell, and Hilbert. The names may not all be familiar, but the results have impacted each and every one of us today. From the mathematics of quantum mechanics to the theory of relativity, man learned of matter and light. John von Neumann, another leader in the new mathematics, developed game theory, merging concepts in strategy with mathematic principles. He also developed the background theory for the invention of digital computers. I now bring up Tim Powers, our secretary. Just kidding.
Pardon him. The applications of the 20th century higher mathematics have radically changed virtually every aspect of our lives. In the physical and life sciences, new developments have contributed to understanding areas as diverse as mass energy relationships to population growth. Business and economics have benefited from new theories in statistics and group analysis. Advances in medical technology and communications abound. Applications of new kinds of mathematics have arisen. For example, knot theory is being used to explain DNA's structure, while topology attempts to understand the shape of our universe. Perhaps the most important development attributed to higher math is the field of computer science and the development of user-friendly computers, with its far-reaching applications to virtually every aspect of our lives. Mathematics has taken a large step from its role in the past decades as an obscure mental exercise for the few into a position of prominence in modern life, making our world both more comfortable and interesting. Now our treasurer, Dan DuPont.
It is time now to consider the future. The mathematics of the 21st century promises mankind even more. Telecommunications without wires, words, and pictures transmitted via algebraic codes. The exploration described by the previous speakers represents only the beginning of our understanding of the mathematical world. Rather than developing at a constant rate, discoveries build one upon the other, each leading to more innovative theories. Our knowledge grows exponentially, and its applications grow wider in scope. In summary, then, the mathematics of the future relies increasingly upon man's ability to imagine and create, as well as his ability to reason. Mankind awaits new mathematical and scientific theories to complete the work of the great men and women who have come before. Just as mathematical principles and research have helped us understand so much, we anticipate further research and development to allow us greater understanding of the world around us. It is with proud recognition of your skill and interest in mathematics that we welcome you to Mu Alpha Theta. May we someday add your name to the list of great mathematicians who have helped the world advance.
You have now heard a brief history of mathematics and its gifts to all. More is needed of you. You must exchange freely your ideas, and you must continue to grow through all your years. Following the presentation of the induction certificates to all incoming members to the various academic honor societies, we will take a Mu Alpha Theta pledge here in front of the banner. I would now like to invite to the stage Jack Andre, Zachary Chin, Heidi Grecian, Matthew Crowley, Maxwell Dargy, Emily Duffy, Noel Ingracia, Caitlin Harrington, Shannon Hurley, Lydia Lassie, Angelica Reese, Sean Rutledge, Emily Sargent, and Isabella Ventresca. Okay. Okay, here comes the pledge. Can you see it? It's down in front. There's a banner out in front. This is the Mu Alpha Theta banner. Okay. You see the date, right? You see before you a replica of the insignia of Mu Alpha Theta. Blue represents truth, as unknown as the sky. Gold shines as a symbol that mathematics is indeed a valuable treasure. The insignia represents, above all, a high point in the history of the world, an important relationship in mathematics, one that combines the mystery, the challenge, and the beauty of numbers with a simple geometric figure, the right triangle. Let this simple geometric proof of the Pythagorean theorem be a symbol for you and serve as a challenge to encourage your further enjoyment and study of mathematics. Candidates, please rise. If you agree to accept the challenge of the membership in this organization, you should simply answer, I do. I do. I now declare you to be the newest members of Mu Alpha Theta. Congratulations. Mr. Brand.
Thank you, Mr. Cicero. And actually, from you, Alpha Theta, if you guys want to come back onto the stage, because we're going to do a group shot, and it's just you guys are all here, so if you want to just come right in the front of the table. So if you could just come right in front of the table. And it'd be an opportunity for people to grab a group photo, but also for Sean to do the same. You may have to crowd in a little bit. And with the advisor and officers.
More people come to the front row.
A nice round of applause from you, Alpha Theta. Congratulations to you. All right. Congratulations to all of you. And with the foreign language honor societies, come on up. So Russian and Spanish, if you could join us on stage this time with Miss Ward. So for our inductees into the Spanish Honor Society as well as the Russian National Honor Society. And again, same thing, if you would just crowd over in front of the table, you may have to kind of go on the other side. Awesome. A nice round of applause for our foreign language inductees. And would our Rho Kappa, the newest members of Rho Kappa, if you could join us on stage, as well as Mr. Osgood and Dr. Miller, please. So for our Rho Kappa students. And again, same thing, stand right in front of the table. You may need to create 2 rows. And a nice round of applause for Rho Kappa. Oh, one more. Here we go. Try it again. Congratulations, Rho Kappa. And now introducing up to the stage the Science National Honor Society. Come on up and Mr. Wrench, if you could join me.
Are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
Congratulations to the Science Honor Society. And lastly, if I would invite the English National Honor Society to the stage, please.
Joe, what do you think? Hold on about it. Think they'll notice? Think they'll notice? couple people behind me. Squat down. Here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Congratulations to the English Honor Society. So just as we close, another congratulations to all of our newest inductees. For those of you in the class of 2018, you'll be receiving your honor cords with your cap and gown for graduation. So just for all of our families, when our students reach their milestone of graduation, they will receive all of the honor cords to their respective honor societies. And in the programming that you will see throughout the senior events, it will show you the insignias or the different colors that each one of these honor society holds, so that many of our students, especially for some of the students you saw come up on the stage repeatedly, or for any of the seniors who were inducted last year, all of those honor cords will be given to them at their graduation time, so we'll have it for all of their big events over the next couple of days, over the next couple of weeks, excuse me. So, with that being said, just again, congratulations to our students for your hard work. I'm always a big believer in the fact that the students who are selected and who are inducted into an honor society for an academic content area, it is a real testament to your level of excellence that you always want to achieve. And I think by the numbers of students that we saw tonight that were inducted, it just really shows the fact of how hard our kids are working. So a thank you to all of you for the hard work you put in each and every day into your classes and into your studies, and to keep raising the bar higher for yourself, because that's what scholars do. They never stop learning. And lastly, to the parents and to the family members that are here tonight, I cannot thank you enough for letting your children be a sage. And I say that often because we're humbled by your children. And knowing the fact that you allow them to come here every day and to learn and to grow, it means the world to us, because we've become better because of them. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts for letting them be here at this high school. And that concludes our induction, but as always, you can't have a ceremony or a celebration here at the high school without food afterwards. So I would sincerely hope you will join us for a modest reception out of the lobby. The famous cookies from the kitchen are here, but also our celebratory punch that we always serve at these events as well. So we hope that you'll join us outside for some pictures and some camaraderie, but also a celebration. Thanks for being here, everyone.